everyone, welcome back to another Doctor Who figure review. In today's Doctor Who figure review, I'm taking a look at the Character Options Online exclusive figure set, the Fugitive Doctor and Tardis. Yes, we finally have Jo Martin's incarnation of the Doctor for our figure displays, and it feels incredible. This was announced on Monday, I'm recording this on Thursday, so fair play to Character for getting this out very quickly. So we can enjoy this wonderful set. So the way this video is going to work is we're going to take a look at the packaging, take a look at the Jo Martin figure, do articulation and detail, and take a look at the TARDIS, and then we'll do a TARDIS comparison because this has got a few little new additions to it, but we'll do a sort of flat roof TARDIS lineup in this video. So without further ado, let's just crack on with the packaging. Taking a look at the packaging for the Fugitive Doctor set, so we've got the sort of style guide colouring of the mass retail 14th Doctor sonic screwdriver. So we've got the 60th anniversary logo there with a slanted roof, which gives it quite a nice sort of sleek design as packaging goes, as cardboard goes. This is a very nice cardboard. So what the set includes: Fugitive Doctor with blaster accessory, the scale of the figure, the Fugitive Doctor, the TARDIS, Character Online exclusive, the Fugitive Doctor set, and of course we do have a window, which is very nice to see a return to the window, which is great, I guess, because this is an online exclusive, and there's I guess they're a bit more premium than a B&M set, because a B&M set want to be as sort of cheap as possible, so I guess with this being an online exclusive, it's a little bit more premium, so hence why we get the windows, which is greatly appreciated. So of course on the side we get the sort of side view, what the set includes: a sail TARDIS with opening doors. That's very exciting, isn't it? And on the back we've got a bio on the Fugitive Doctor and Fugitive for Fugitive there, and then of course that says a bit more of the same legal guff there, and again there, so you can check. So even if you are an inbox collector, you can enjoy this set, because obviously with the window you can enjoy the TARDIS from that angle, and of course from that angle there, so yeah, you can enjoy the set in the packaging. So let's take a look at the card insert, which is very interesting. Time for some fancy cardboard. This is the inside of the box. So we have the Easter egg, which is the Fugitive Doctor's console room, which you can put inside the TARDIS if you so wish. You've got instructions there on how to do so. I feel a bit on the fence about this. I think that it's a neat little inclusion that you can put it in, but also I feel like it's a little bit of a bit cheeky going, hey, you got to do it yourself, since we've had other TARDISes, like mainly the new series TARDISes where it's already been inserted, and I think because it's part of the box as well, I guess that it's making it more eco-friendly, but I think they probably could have included more sort of a high sort of print quality sort of photo as a little bonus extra. You know, sellotapes to the back of the box, which you can detach and not sort of ruin the actual card insert itself. I guess if you're opening this set, you're not really going to be worried about the cardboard and the box itself, but it just feels a little bit strange that, you know, if you're opening this a bit sort of keenly and excitedly, you could damage this pretty easily. So yeah, just be mindful. I'm very on the fence about that. I think it's cool to include, but also a little bit cheeky that you've got to do it yourself, really, but that might be me because I'm a bit lazy. Here we have the Fugitive Doctor herself, Jo Martin, a brilliant incarnation of the Doctor, and a really great episode, actually. I really enjoy Fugitive for Fugitive. So here we have Jo Martin. I think this set was sort of rumoured and sort of rumbling back in sort of November, but of course January we got the official announcement of this, and yeah, let's take a look at the articulation and then the detail. Articulation wise for the Fugitive Doctor figure, so the head can move side to side, the arms can do a full 360 degree turn, 360 at the bicep, bend at the elbow. Now the wrists do turn, but they are hindered by the cuff of the actual shirt there, which is a little bit annoying when it comes to posing with the gun. So the waist does turn, but again slightly hindered by the coat. The legs are on a T-crotch joint, so they can kick out, and again can do the split because this is sort of a thin sort of PVC piece, meaning that you can get a good range of movement, which is good there for dynamic posing. So we have 360 at the thigh and of course bend at the knee. Detail wise for the Fugitive Doctor, so this uses the same technique as what we saw in some Series 3 figures, where the character would sort of sculpt the heads and I think hands in sort of a clear plastic, and that would be essentially that to sort of not paint the head sculpt, so you can really admire the detailing on the head sculpt. Now we saw this return with the B&M 6th Doctor Auto Adventure Tardis, which I don't think worked as well as it should do because it had a glossy finish, whereas this, I think they've really refined it because it's been given a matte spray so it looks more naturalistic, and I think all in all this has led to one of the best head sculpts character options have done in the line. So let's take a look at this head sculpt, shall we? We've been waiting 4 years for it, so far it's delivering. So let's take a look at the paint application on the hair. So the hair's been given this sort of dark brown base coat with a lighter brown sort of wash over it to really help accentuate the individual sort of hair strand detailing, which is done incredibly well. You can really admire sort of how it's sort of curled all around there in sort of a plait motif. Very nice attention to detail, and of course we have the ponytail there again with that slight sort of brown sort of detailing there. Again, you can really admire the sculpt work there. So let's take a look at the actual likeness. Again, one thing that was missing on the initial promos was the sort of detailing of the earrings. Now when I saw it, I was like, oh, they forgot the earrings. That's kind of a key thing to sort of the Fugitive Doctor's look, and I'm glad to report that they are there, which again, really nice to see that they're there. But the likeness, like I said, it's one of the best character options have done. It's a dead ringer to Joe Martin. You can see some of the finer details like the lines there on the face with little dimples. That's done really nice. The sort of jaw structure of Joe Martin's face. Yeah, it's just really nice. You can just admire what a great looking figure this is. You know, you can definitely tell that it's Joe Martin, not because of how bright this outfit is, but just by how brilliant that head sculpt is. So yeah, really great head sculpt by character. You know, definitely a dead ringer to Joe Martin. And I'm sure we'll see this figure in B&M pop up with the glasses, which will be pretty cool because that's been sort of hinted at. But let's take a look at the paint decals on the costume. So we've got this very bright, colourful shirt there with all the different sort of clean paint, crisp detail there with sort of the green and the orange. All very nice sort of fine detail work there. We've got a sort of nice sort of yellow base coat for the shirt and then sort of an orange sort of detail of the patterns there. It's done really nice, sort of pop of colour there. And then we move down to the waistcoat, which has been moulded in a sort of light midnight blue and then has been painted with the gold buttons, which really do stand out. So yeah, really nice detailing. Of course, the actual jacket, again, a much more royal midnight blue. We've got this sort of lapel detail there with sort of a grey blue sort of detailing there. I think Joe Martin's jacket's sort of a tweed material, so it would have been nice to see that sort of material be replicated, but I think that, you know, it's a very nice approximation of the costume there. And what's even nice is they've even sort of painted the gold button detail inside the sort of thin sort of PVC, so again, it allows for some great movement for articulation. We've got the detail of the pocket there, the nice seams on the jacket with a nice little crease detailing to get that lifelike effect. And if we move to the arms, we've got again the nice sort of gold button detailing and the nice sort of frilly shirt detail, very reminiscent of Pertwee there. You can see the sort of lines there and sort of the section detailing of the frills themselves. And if we move to the other side, you can see the other sort of paisley slight design on the sort of cuff. That side again, very nice with the buttons. And on the back there you can see sort of the buttons and the sort of stitching detail of the jacket with all the seams. Again, very nice attention to detail. Now I thought the legs were Peter Capaldi's for sort of Series 9 variant, but I'm happy to report that these are not the 12th Doctor's legs, because one, the boots are articulated on the 12th Doctor, and the creasing lines are a lot different. We've got the seams of the trousers, and I think that these legs could possibly be used for a 60th anniversary Donna. Now this figure's sort of base is from the Catherine Tate Donna figure, so I presume it's from the Planet of the Ood Donna. So yeah, maybe we could see sort of this sort of lower half be reused for a 60th anniversary Donner, that'd be very cool. So of course we've got the creasing detail on the trousers, and of course we do have detailing on the Doc Martens there with the sort of stitching, and the brogue design on the toe of the boot, which again, very nice. And we even do have the detailing of the little tag at the back of the boot. So yeah, really great detail for the Fugitive Doctor figure. And he does come with a little accessory, which is the Division gun. Now this, really nice piece. I've probably said that a lot. But yeah, this is a wonderful addition. I don't think there was, I think, a bit of a disagreement whether the Fugitive Doctor should come with the gun. Maybe because they thought, hey, the Doctor just isn't one for guns, but this is a very different Doctor, and I'm very glad that we've got this. As the detailing for this, again, wonderful. We've got a sort of crystalline sort of detail there with all these sort of yellow detailing, which really does sort of pop, and then we've got this sort of silver with a little bit of a dry brushing to give out a sort of metallic look, and then we've got a sort of a gunmetal grey finish, and even the little detailing of the little buttons there, and all the sort of section detail, and this nice sort of metallic gold on the scope, and then all the nice panelling detail. And of course we do have sort of a bit more of that metallic gold on the stock of the gun there. So yeah, really nice attention to detail. That sort of silver dry brushing really does bring out the finer detail, showing that this is sort of a worn gun. So let's take a look at putting this in the Fugitive Doctor's hands. Now, Alduar struggled with this, so let's see if I struggle doing so. Pretty simple, isn't it, to put the gun in? I think this is when it gets difficult, trying to get the Fugitive Doctor to hold it with two hands, because like I say, the cuff does hinder the hand movement. So if we just twist the hand ever so slightly, it's a little bit hard trying to do this looking through the viewfinder. Yeah, so let's try and do this and just show you in real time how a bit of futzy this is to do. There we go. There we have the Fugitive Doctor holding said gun. Just about there. There we go. There we are, ready to kick some Jadoon butt, as it were. There we go. Next up we have the Tardis. If you own any of the 1960s or 70s flat roof Tardises, you essentially know what you're getting into with this, but this has a few little tweaks to it. We have a new lantern which has been given this sort of prism effect with it, with this sort of the plastic sort of going in a sort of a triangle sort of motion within it, sort of slanted, compared to how the lamp housing is. So this is the Abominable Snowman TARDIS, so you can see you know, the lamp does look different there. It's a lot more narrow and a lot more taller, and this TARDIS is essentially the same prop used in Twice Upon a Time, so you can put this with your David Bradley figure if you wish. But the main noticeable one they've used for this with this TARDIS is the roof. As you can see on the Abominable Snowman TARDIS, the roof sort of concaves, it sort of dips in, whereas this has been slightly raised. You can just about see there how it's been raised there, so you can see the difference there with the actual roof itself, which again, very nice, and you can see how it compares with the detailing there. So let's take a look at the detail. We'll leave that TARDIS there next to the Yeti. Again, so we've got a nice sort of black wash over this sort of very dark midnight blue, very much like the Fugitive Doctor's costume is. It's sort of that same sort of blue. Yeah, it's sort of a mishmash of the original 4th Doctor TARDIS from Planet of Evil meets sort of the Russell T Davies TARDIS. But yeah, very nice with a sort of black wash to really help accentuate the sort of wood grain and Artex detailing. The signage is pretty much the same as what we've had before. The windows now are done with this sort of white perspex, which gives this sort of nice sort of clean look to the TARDIS, which again, very nice. We've got this nice sort of almost sort of sequin detail for these sort of frosted panels, which again, very nice. And of course we have the nice sort of black wash to really highlight the traditional classic TARDIS detailing of the wood grain and the Artex there. Again, really nice, that sort of black wash getting in all the sort of nooks and crannies of the sculpt where you can really admire the detailing. So it is pretty much the same detailing. It is a shame that the wash hasn't gone on sort of the frame, so it does kind of stick out a little bit. And of course we have the keyholes been painted in a bronze. There again, very nice. It's very much a traditional sort of classic TARDIS detailing there. You can see sort of the Artex effect there of the sort of paint bubbling there, which again, really nice. On the back we have the traditional electronic panel. This TARDIS is sadly non-electronic, and I think that this TARDIS would have been magnificent if it was electronic, because this is a classic TARDIS where the signs light up as well. So it would have been really amazing to have seen this sort of be modified with the sign to light up and the windows, and of course the lamp as well, the lantern. That would have been incredible. But yeah, very much your traditional TARDIS detailing. Not too much to say. Again, it has the thinner base that was introduced in the 2019 TARDIS sets. But yeah, very nice detailing with a nice sort of clean look of the windows and the new lamp there. Again, very nice. So let's do a little flat roof TARDIS lineup. Onto the TARDIS lineup comparison. So this is all the flat roof 1960s and 70s TARDISes lined up. So this is the Abominable Snowmen set, the Fugitive Doctor, and then we have the 4th Doctor TARDIS from Planet of Evil, which I put next to the Fugitive one just so you can see sort of the difference in colour, because that's the one that this TARDIS reminds me of the most, the Fugitive one. We've got the War Games TARDIS, the Monster Paladin 3rd Doctor TARDIS, the Time Monster TARDIS, Shada TARDIS, and then of course we've got the Robot TARDIS there. So yeah, those are how they all look with the different colours of blue. And I have to say that the Fugitive Doctor's TARDIS is a very lovely, striking midnight blue, and yeah, definitely does stand out. Thought on the character options online exclusive Fugitive Doctor and TARDIS. Well, I really like this set, but it has its issues. The Joe Martin figure is wonderful. It's one of the best figures character options have done in a long time. The likeness is superb, you know, and it feels very surreal holding this, because I'm like, is this a custom? No, this is a genuine official release of the Fugitive Doctor, which is so bizarre. The inclusion of the gun is great, because obviously we've seen with the B&M sets the lack of accessories, so it's great to see that be sort of return. The TARDIS I love. Granted, we've had so many, as you've seen in the comparison. But yeah, this is a nice addition. But I love the shade of blue, the little tweaks to the windows and the lamp and the roof. Great stuff. I do think it should be electronic. That would have been really cool. But I guess because this has the lamp, the windows and the signs all light up, I guess characters don't want to ruin the classic TARDIS mould just for that. But yeah, it would be great to have seen all that sort of bells and whistles, and it would have been, you know, probably the definitive, you know, classic TARDIS, you know, figure really. Yeah, the price of this £40 is, I think it is justified in a way, because you are getting a brand new figure, and a, you know, figure where if you have to pay a little bit extra to get such new characters like this, I'm all for. I'm a person who gets the Star Wars Black Series, where it's £25 just for the one figure. So I'll happily pay extra to get, you know, the characters we love and deserve to have on the shelf and get that representation for our favourite show. Now, people are probably going to comment down below going, well, didn't B&M do an electronic TARDIS with David Bradley? And you'd be correct. And obviously that was a lot cheaper than this. I think that was like £25. And granted, you know, that was, you know, the Unearthly Child TARDIS from 2021 with electronics, and you had the David Bradley First Doctor, which granted is just a new head, whereas this is a completely sort of new figure with new tooling, and I think that, yeah, the £40 is sort of justified. You know, £20 for, you know, the figure, you know, £20 for the TARDIS. I think it would have been nice to have had the electronics, but like I said, it would have had to have a lot more work done to it than, you know, what we've seen with the original Forbidden Planet classic TARDISes and the Abominable Snowmen TARDIS. But yeah, another thing as well, the backdrop, the card insert for this TARDIS. I think that it's a little bit cheeky, that you've got to ruin the packaging to put the insert in. Granted, if you are opening this set, it's probably not going to be an issue, but it's always nice to have that option if you want to put the figure back in the box in years to come. Then you kind of can't, because you've damaged the box for it, really. So yeah, I think if it was a separate piece, like a separate sort of picture, like on the back of the cardboard, where you could just sort of take it out of a little plastic sleeve and put it in for a little photo, sort of a glossy printed picture of it. That would have been great. But yeah, it's a strange one, because I think the set overall is great, and it's definitely worth picking up, because it is, I think, limited to 4,000. I think it's the same quantity as the B&M Tardis, and I think that this will sell out, because obviously Joe Martin is a highly desirable, the Fugitive Doctor is a highly desirable character, one of the highlights from the Jodie Whittaker era, and it's great to have that representation on the shelf. And Fugitive of June is well represented on the shelf, and now we've got one of the key players from that story. So thank you very much for watching this figure review. If you've enjoyed this video, then please do like and subscribe for plenty more Doctor Who figure related content coming up in the near future, and I'll see you next time. So thank you very much, and bye bye.